If you have been pouring your coffee grounds down the sink or tossing them in the trash, you have been throwing away free fertilizer. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly how to combine those grounds with a simple compost tea and turn them into one of the most powerful liquid plant feeds you can make at home. And the whole thing is ready to use in just 3 days. Before we get started, here is exactly what you need to have ready. Grab 1 to 2 cups of used coffee grounds saved from your morning brew. Collect them over a couple of days if needed. You will also need a 5-gallon bucket with a lid, 2 to 3 scoops of finished compost, and about 3 gallons of water. If your tap water is chlorinated, let it sit out in an open container overnight before using it. That is all it takes to get this going. Start by spreading your used coffee grounds out on a small tray and letting them sit for a couple of hours if they feel packed or overly wet. This keeps them loose and easier to blend evenly into your brew. Once they have aired out slightly, measure out 1 to 2 cups and set them aside in a small bowl. You want enough to deliver a real nutrient punch without pushing the mix too acidic. And 1 to 2 cups for 3 gallons of water is the right balance for most gardens. Take your 5-gallon bucket and add 2 to 3 large scoops of finished compost into the bottom. Pour in 3 gallons of water slowly, right over the compost. Stir everything together with a long-handled stick or old wooden spoon, working until the compost and water are well combined and you have a dark, rich-looking liquid. Do not rush this step. You want everything fully blended before you add the coffee grounds, so the whole mixture brews evenly from day 1. Now add your measured coffee grounds directly into the compost and water mixture inside the bucket. Stir slowly and steadily until the grounds are fully blended in and you no longer see them floating separately on top of the liquid. The mixture will turn a deep dark brown color, and you should already notice a rich earthy smell. Both of these are good signs that your brew is off to a strong start. Once everything is combined and mixed well, place the lid on the bucket and move it to a shaded spot in your yard or on your patio where it will not be disturbed. If you notice a thin, foamy ring forming on the surface as you stir, that is completely normal, and actually a sign that your brew is off to an active start. Take an extra minute at this stage to make sure the grounds are fully submerged rather than floating on top, which gives the whole mixture a more even and consistent brew over the 3 days. For the next 3 days, you simply let the bucket sit and do its work. Once each day, remove the lid and give the mixture a good 30-second stir to keep everything circulating and prevent any part of it from going stagnant. Each time you lift that lid, you will notice the smell growing richer and more complex. That is the brew actively developing. By day 2, the liquid will be darker and more concentrated. By the morning of day 3, it has done exactly what you need it to do, and it is ready to use. If the weather has been particularly hot, find a spot that stays consistently shaded throughout the day, since extreme heat can cause the brew to develop too quickly and become overly concentrated. If you lift the lid on day 3 and the smell is strong and earthy rather than sharp or sour, that is exactly what you are looking for, and your brew is right on track. Before we get to the straining and the results, do me a quick favor right now. If this is giving you ideas for your garden, hit that like button. It takes 1 second and it genuinely helps this channel keep producing content like this for you. And if you are not subscribed yet, tap subscribe so you do not miss the follow-up and everything else we have coming your way. Now let us finish this off and get it on your plants. On day 3, it is time to strain and dilute before applying. Place a fine mesh strainer, an old piece of cheesecloth, or a burlap cloth over a second clean bucket. Pour the compost tea mixture slowly through the strainer to separate the liquid from the spent coffee grounds and compost solids. What drains through is your finished liquid fertilizer, a dark, rich amber liquid that is concentrated and ready to work. Before you apply it, mix 1 part of this strained tea with 4 parts of fresh water. This dilution makes the batch stretch further and eliminates any risk of overfeeding your plants. The spent coffee grounds and compost solids left in your strainer are not waste. Spread them directly on your garden beds or add them back into your compost pile to finish breaking down. If your strained liquid looks particularly thick after brewing, lean toward a 5-to-1 dilution rather than 4-to-1, especially for sensitive plants or young seedlings. Pour your diluted liquid feed directly at the base of each plant, moving slowly and evenly so the soil absorbs it properly rather than running off. For raised beds and in-ground plantings, give each plant a long, steady pour, and let the soil soak it in fully before moving on. For containers and pots, water until you see a little drainage appearing at the bottom. That tells you the root zone has received what it needs. You can also use this tea as a foliar spray, applying it lightly to the surface of the leaves in the early morning before direct sun hits. Just avoid spraying in full midday sun to prevent any leaf burn. A slow, deliberate pour is always better than a fast one. Rushing the application often means the liquid runs along the surface before it has time to be drawn down into the root zone where it is needed most. After your first application, mark the date in a small garden journal so you can track your weekly feeding schedule and start comparing plant growth from week to week. Within a few days of your first application, you will begin to notice the difference. Leaves will take on a deeper, richer green color, and new growth will push out faster than you have been used to seeing. Plants that have been slow or slightly pale often show a visible change within the first week. This brew is especially effective on tomatoes, peppers, leafy greens, and anything growing in containers where nutrients deplete quickly. Applied once per week throughout the growing season at that 4:1 dilution, this feed delivers consistent, reliable results without the risk of burning your plants or disrupting the soil balance you have worked hard to build. If you have plants that have been struggling in nutrient-depleted soil, this brew can be especially valuable as a weekly supplement while you work on improving your overall soil structure long-term. The fact that this feed is free, made from kitchen waste, and balanced by the dilution process means you can apply it consistently throughout the season without worrying about cost or chemical buildup from store-bought alternatives. Here is a quick recap of everything we covered. You collected your used coffee grounds and aired them out slightly before measuring 1 to 2 cups. You built your compost tea base in a 5-gallon bucket using finished compost and 3 gallons of water, then stirred in the coffee grounds. You let the mixture brew for 3 days, giving it a daily stir each time you checked it. On day 3, you strained out the solids, diluted your brew at a 4:1 ratio with water, and applied it directly to your plants at the base, or as a gentle foliar spray in the early morning. The entire process is free, uses kitchen waste you were already discarding, and produces a plant feed that competes with anything sold at the garden center. This is the kind of simple system that, once you try it once, becomes a permanent part of your gardening routine, because the results speak clearly and the effort involved is genuinely minimal. Keep a dedicated bucket in a corner of your patio or shed just for this purpose, and by the end of the season you will have fed your entire garden multiple times over without spending $1 on fertilizer. If you are planning to try this in your own garden, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what plants you are going to feed first. I read every single comment and I would love to know how it goes for you. If this video gave you something useful, please give it a like and share it with a friend or neighbor who could use a free fertilizer option this season. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit subscribe right now so you are here for the results and everything else coming up on this channel. There is a lot more good stuff on the way, and I will see you in the next one. If you know someone who has been struggling with slow plant growth or pale leaves this season, send this video their way. This might be exactly the solution they have been looking for. Every comment, like, and subscription helps this channel reach more home gardeners who could benefit from these simple, cost-free methods, and I genuinely appreciate every single one of them.